Welcome everyone to another build demonstration. This time it is a poison build. And now something I need to immediately point out is in comparison to the last build, this one doesn't do as much damage on turn 1 as it's a scaling build. However, it can scale to absolute insane heights. And well, I'll just showcase what you do on like the rough order with your skills, etc. It is a lot of, like, especially on turn 1, manipulating your energy in a good way, but after turn 1 you can, to be honest, just start passing turns. It is like a super chill after, because you only need to do like 3 main skills, or like 2 even. And well, I just need to actually click on it, and slowly but surely the poison will scale. You have exponential scaling times 1.5 times, and that really kicks in. Keep in mind, enemies, like most normal enemies at Nascent Soul, which is where I am at, have about 4000 HP, and you right here have 10,000 poison, and you could just do this. And like you can see, like the 10,000 poison stacks of damage, and that is just insane, like how much you can do with it. And to showcase it against like one of these guys, let's go Blackstone. I have no clue what he actually does or what kind of build he's running, but we'll just showcase it. And by the way, this uses a very cool thing with soul disturbance I'll get to later. But we'll just stack some of that. Let's do origin. Keep stacking. Okay, he's a gravity user. So gravity is normally a build that very limits like all kinds of builds, but we are completely unaffected by it. We only need to do our 5 poison hex and that's it. And sooner or later he will get to a point where the poison instantly kills him, like once we start with it. And you can see we are like super tanky ourselves. I should have used one more 5 poison egg, but like this I built, it even has a form of healing. It is like super chill. It can tank a lot, like 800 damage. You may think, okay, that's a big deal. Well, I'm not full health. And sayonara. Well, now. Like, it's super chill, this build, and can do a lot, especially on extreme difficulty as well. Now, you may notice right away this 160. I have to simulate it. Normally, you would only get to 60 base spiritual root, but then you would have an armor that gives you plus 100 more. And in this Immortal Palace, I sadly don't have access to this armor, so I simulate it like this. But the basic idea, and that's what the build revolves around, is the 5 poison hex. At the start of your turn, for every 10 poison the enemy has, they get an additional 5. So it's times 1.5 poison. And you initially stack up some poison with the Azure Snake Art, and you just then keep multiplying it. Now, poison normally only triggers once per turn, but you then have Poison Draw, which activates or triggers the enemy's poison once, and it just gets more expensive the more you use it this turn. But you can like easily do it for 3, 4, 5 times. There's also Poison Leech Palm, which triggers the opponent's poison and heals you for an equivalent amount of like poison stacks. And like these are super cool to stack poison and like keep yourself alive. Besides that, we have Staff Control and Surging Power, which both help us refresh our chi, and these are just to like manipulate chi so we have correct amounts. I'll get to Soul Disturbance in a moment. Our main arts are just deal more poison when you use your Azure Snake Art, more energy per turn, more chi limits so we can use Surging Power effectively, and then defense HP, HP and more chi. Like you have, like this build on its own doesn't require any other techniques besides maybe Azure Snake Sutra. Even this could be skipped. As such, we have so many options for defensive skills. All of these on the right hand side are defensive, and even like furthermore, since we have a Nascent Soul body, cultivation art, it's minus 20% damage taken as well, on top of like this 18% chance to dodge and region, etc. Regarding our DAO, I'll start with chi down here. We have more chi per turn, more chi limit per turn, and more chi limit. The idea is chi limit is necessary for surging power to get the most effect. Then body, we have all kinds of HP, 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 and less damage taken, half the damage taken each turn. The idea is as long as you are alive and can just pass turns, the enemies will take more and more damage. Your damage is scaling exponentially, so the more turns you could pass, the better. And you can more easily pass turns if you have less damage taken, if you can dodge skill damage, etc. And besides that, there are not too many DAO perks that can scale your damage. And then I believe lastly we have wood. On one hand, more poison with wood, more wood chi per turn, and one very interesting note, Heart Eater. At the beginning of your round, if the enemy has 50 poison or more, he will get 6 obstructed chi. Obstructed chi reduces the chi they absorb during their turn by 6, like in this case 1 each, so by 6. We then further combo it with the Soul Disturbance art, and this one just deals some basic damage and cuts the enemy's absorbed chi in the next turn in half, and that is an insane combo. This way you can restrict them to 1 or 2 skills per turn, and if they can only do 1 or 2 skills per turn, Ice Muscle becomes insane. Because instead of blocking half of the damage of 1 or 5 hits, like blocking half of the damage of the only hit is absolutely nutty. And well, like this is the overview again, wood, body and chi. And you can already see we don't have too many down nodes, so what I'd normally recommend is go into alchemy, since for this build you are joining the Bamboo Mountain sect anyway. So just go for Pill Sage, Pill Saint, Alchemy Saint, however you want to call it, and make crazy money. Regarding our equipment, I, once more, Immortal Palace doesn't have good equipment, so I can only use this. You could get a way better weapon, and to be honest, what you could probably do as well is go refining Black Tortoise and get a weapon that inflicts frostbite on yourself. Frostbite does not impact your damage, so like it's very handy. Besides that, your armor would be one that gives you more spiritual root weight for wood, as most of your skills only use wood. And then lastly, we have the 5 Colors of Light, which is from the 2 Faction questline, and it is very handy in this build. Whenever you use a skill that consumes 5 or more, chi absorb 1 chi. And if you look at our skills, 5 Poison Hacks consume 6, so we get 1 back. Soul Disturbance costs 5, so we get 1 back. Poison Leech Palm costs 7, so we get 1 back. If you use Poison Draw a bunch of times, like remember with every time used per turn, it increases the cost by 1. At some point it will be 5 or 6 or 7 cost, and in all those cases you will get 1 chi back. And it's super handy. But yes, I believe this was the whole build overview. Under 10 minutes, that's good. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.